Hello, Forex Nation. It's Craig. Hey, it's been almost about 15 years since I made a Forex video, so what the heck? Let's make one now. I want to go over my current trade in the US dollar Japanese yen trade that I just put on Friday. I want to show you some stuff, explain a little things and why I did what I did. I'm going to be using, as I posted, the 1 hour chart pattern for tops and bottoms. What we see right here is this is Oanda's. Like I said, I've been with Oanda since the dawn of time. I really like them. There are, countless other places you can go. As I've explained in the group, there are benefits to Oanda that I haven't found at other places, especially when you can break down your unit sizes to practically nothing. Okay, so like I said, this is Oanda's MetaTrader platform, also known and frequently called MT4, or is also an integration to the MT5, but according to the platform, it's still an MT4. So that's really not just MT stands for MetaTrader. So that's just the version number. Anyways, on the 1 hour chart plan here, we have ignore the yellow line. That's for our duck trading. And as you see, this trade was totally not in line, because if we look at the 4 hour chart, you see, just click up here. If you're unfamiliar with MetaTrader, you can go to the 4 hour chart. That's why I like using the MetaTrader. It's a lot easier to navigate around for looking at my charts, but I will place all my trades on the actual Oanda desktop, which I'll show you. Okay, so anyways, here we're under the 60 SMA. So that would be a sell. We'd be looking for sells. If we go to the 1 hour, we're still looking for sells. If we go to the 5 minute, it is up into the buy. So all the ducks are not aligned. So what do you do now? No trading. Well, that's why I don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of different strategies and stuff, but keeping it simple. Between the two, when the ducks aren't in line, you can look for something else, which is how I came up with the USD JAP trade on Friday. So if we go back to the 1 hour trade, or 1 hour chart, we're going to be looking for an initial pull down, which we saw right here. Had a nice big pull down, and there was some news going on, so that was helping. It was also NFP Friday, so I'll show you where I get that information from and what I'm looking for. But regardless, we had a big move down here. I'm looking for a pullback from this big move down. We had a pull back up here. Really, with the 1 hour trading, you need a decent wick. I mean, you can do it with some little wicks, but really, if you get some decent amount of wick, I find it makes it a lot better, easier. Because the shorter wicks are just hard to get confirmation. Anyways, we want to mark the bottom of that candle of the wick to the body and also the bottom. Okay, now what we're going to be looking for is for the market to pull back and come back into this zone right here, which is basically what we created as a zone. That's why we kind of want enough wick so we can have a big enough zone. Like compared to this candle, there's not much zone there to get into. So we want a nice zone there. That's actually a little longer than I would like, but it'll work for this trade. So we're going to follow the market, see if it comes back down to the zone, and it did. Had a nice retracement down into the zone. So now we would be looking at a break over the high of this. You can change all your colors and stuff. I want to make this a little more clearer. Okay, so we're going to be looking for getting in. Well, according to the strategy, it's set at 1 pip, but you also got to incorporate your spreads. This indicator I hear isn't part of the normal MT4 platform. It's a spread indicator. I'll put a link to that. I'll try and post it in the group to see if you can get that, and you can add that. It's kind of a tricky way, but it's actually easy, but it can be confusing. Might have to make a whole video on just how to add that indicator to the screen. But anyways, it keeps the current spread going. And right now, the markets are closed, so the spread has increased. So it's normally, well, it's under 2. It's like 1.8, 1.6, somewhere around there. But anywho, you could add the spread into to create a buffer. I'd like to go a couple pips above what the top would be, just to make sure it actually breaks the but let's get into the real nuances of it. So let's try and keep it more basic. But anyways, we got the confirmation. Now we're looking for the break. Now, as I mentioned in the group, I missed the trade. It was already up here somewhere when I was setting this up. So I was looking for a retracement back down into the zone. And I did get the retracement back into the zone, which then got filled. So now I was looking for targets. We can scroll down. Initially, I was targeting the targets up here. I thought it was a nice level. But then after I got filled and I was looking at it again, there is a massive resistance level right here around 146, I believe it is, where it's been tested multiple times for support and resistance along the way. So I was like, no, I'm not going to go for that target when I have all these other targets that it's which would be a wall that I would basically run into before I would get to that target. And at that point, it would most likely be retracing. So I set all my targets to, I believe it's 146. Looks like 146.80. So I'm pretty sure it was, or was it 147? Might have went 147. Yeah, probably did. Anyway, so that's my targets for the whole trade. I am currently in it. We're looking to cash out all my position. I did risk 2% on this trade. Like I said, with the nice thing with Oanda, you can scale your units to keep your percent of risk in check. So you're not over betting a certain trade and risking too much. Now, oh, I almost forgot. Using the 1 hour trading strategy for tops and bottoms, we also, the only indicator we really use is the RSI, which is going to show if the currency is undersold or oversold. And here on our down, when we were looking to get in, it was below the 30, so it is in the undersold right now. This is where we want to get in and get a little divergence going up, and this is what we want to see. And so that's kind of a confirmation that you want to be in the trade, because you don't want to be in the middle of nowhere trading this and be in like an oversold area and you're looking to continue on higher. Basically, it's just another confirmation. Along with the other confirmation is you're using your support and resistance levels as targets, because like I said, you don't want to be in the middle of nowhere trading these. You want to have some clear goals ahead of where you want to go. Hope that kind of makes sense. Right now, let's take a look at, I did mention the news, so let's jump over to the news part. Okay, here is a look at the link I posted for Forex Factory. If you go on there, you see they have the forums, trade information, news, and calendar. You want to go on calendar, which is what this is. And it's going to show you all the news announcements that are coming out throughout the days ahead that could affect your trade. Like I mentioned, I only really focus in on the red days. You see they're highlighted in red. Those announcements are going to see a lot more. It's going to see your most movement of all the newses that come out. The news that comes out. Now, if we look to Friday, this was December 8th on Friday, you'll see here we have a whole bunch of red going on here at 8:30, which is when the market opens for the New York session. You had the average hourly earnings come out, the non-farm employment change, also known as the NFP. That is like the granddaddy of them all. You're going to see major movements, especially any USD currencies related to that are going to move. And plus we had an unemployment rate come out all at the same time. And that's usually how it goes. It's usually the first full week on a Friday. So it's the first Friday of a full week of the new month. But there's your calendar. It tells you right when it's happening. So you may always write that one down so you know that one's coming up. Because I don't like to be in a trade. I'll come in maybe after that happens. Things settle down a little. I'll see what the news was. In this case, you can look over here and you'll show you what was forecasted and what actually the previous and what actually came out. And of all these, they all came out actually pretty good for the USA. So that's going to move all the currencies in favor of the US dollar. So it's just something to be really aware of if you're about to place a trade, to take a peek at what's going on. Especially, like I said, I can't stress enough, NFP days. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. Really, seriously. Just be cautious around those. I mean, otherwise, strap yourself in and you're going to go for a wild ride. Okay, let's go over to Oanda, and I'll show you on their desktop version, which is where I place my trades. Okay, here we are on Oanda's desktop version. They also have a website version. So if you go to their website, you can actually log in there. But I mean, that's okay. But I prefer to use the desktop because there's a whole lot more tools that are available to me and customization. And I really like that. As you can see here, we are back on that 1 hour pair. I got it bracketed off. Oh, also, before I forget, when I lowered my targets from up here to down here, I also raised my stop loss to up below the other long candle wick that came down to confirm the double bottom. That was extreme. That is an extreme move to use as a stop loss. So I was kind of glad to at least almost half that. I believe it's a setup for like a 1 to 1.3 risk to reward. So anyways, like I said, here is how I will, I am long in this position. And I currently have 106 units at risk. And I believe it's currently up 66 pips. So far it's going good. We'll see if we can reach our targets. And you see, I like how the RSI is really, you can really see it's oversold here, which is what we wanted to see as a confirmation. And we're turning up. Anything else I wanted to cover on this? The nice thing is when you're on the desktop model, desktop version, you can go over here and there's advanced charting. If you click on that, okay, when you click on the advanced charting, it'll bring up this. And this is kind of really cool because it allows you to add different features. One I like a lot is this one. If you go over to here, you can click on this for long positions, short positions, and other things. But I basically use it for long and short, and we'll bring up this box. And you can mark your stop losses, where you want your stop, and targets. And then you can move it around to set it to where you want. And what you can see down here is you have your risk to reward ratio printed out for you, so you know what it is. And my account's a little small right now. Like I said, I started with $100 for right now. And it is up, over 5.5%, which is really good. But it is small, but that's what I like with Atlanta. You're able to be in the market, play, get your experience with little risk. Personally, I don't want to encourage anyone to jump to live, but I hate demo trading, because the one thing with demo trading that you can't replicate is actual risk. So even like if you can put $100, $50, heck, you could probably put $10 down. And like my first trade I made by mistake, I bet 1 unit thinking it was a higher equivalent amount, but that 1 unit was only worth 1 penny. So I made like 200 units, but I only made like 2 cents on the deal. So you can get it for really cheap. And even on the low levels, I find it makes such a big difference when real money, even if it's small, is on the line. But not encouraging anyone to jump to live. That's just my personal preference. You can absolutely do it on demo for free. So don't feel pressured to jump on that. So anyways, I got this box and it was set up. I got to be careful because this is my live account and I don't want to accidentally close out a trade or something here or adjust my levels. But you can see what I got up there. And like I said, risk is set at 1 to 1.36 right now. That's pretty much all I use for the advanced charting features. I really like being able to use this. So, close that back down. I like the dark mode for Noanda here. Well, I guess I'll wrap it up. I'll go over some three ducks trading strategies and how I approach it in another video. I wanted to basically just stay focused on the current trade that's going on. And since it's been like 15 years, hopefully it won't be 15 years before I make another one. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the little insight on my current trade and how this part goes. Read up. I put a lot of stuff in the group. Educate yourself. And let's have some fun. Till next time, this is Craig for Forex Nation, signing out.